Good morning, groovy citizens, and happy fantastic Friday to each and every one of you. Listen, I hope you all have had a wonderful week. I've had a wonderful week. I have had things come up, but you know what? I don't know about you all, but honey, I just believe. Let me say that. I just believe that God will make a way where there seems like there is no way. So I don't worry about things that just happen to pop up out the blue. I handle it, honey, and keep it moving. All right? And I want you to do the same thing. So having said that, y'all, let's jump on in to today's topic because it's Friday. The weekend is here. I don't know about you all, but hopefully
update failed.
Thank you. Hopefully you all have plans, and if not, just sit back and relax. So today I'm going to be talking about stop being a people pleaser. Okay? Stop being a people pleaser. And the sad reality is that you have some people out here that they thrive off of being a people pleaser because they don't want people to be upset with them. They don't want people to be mad, be angry. You know, they don't want to feel like they're on the outside looking in because nobody wants to be bothered. Honey, let me tell you something. I don't care about none of that. You hear what I say? I don't care about none of it. You don't have to like me. You really don't. And I promise you that I'm going to be all right. And I need you all to feel the same way. So I have 10 things that I want to share with you, and I'm going to bid you good day. Number one, understand the root cause. In order to stop being a people pleaser, you've got to understand the root cause of being a people pleaser. What is it that causes you to feel like you have to please everybody? You know, and I can't answer that for you. I cannot, because I don't know. Everybody is different, but you've got to figure out what is it that's causing you to feel like you have to please everybody. And once you get to the root cause of it, that'll make it so much easier to stop being a people pleaser. Number two, set clear boundaries. If you know me, then you already know that is high on my list of things to do. I believe in setting boundaries because if you don't set boundaries, people will walk all over you. They will do anything. They will say anything. They'll feel like they can call you any time of the day or night. They feel like they can just show up at your house. Show up if you want to, and I don't know you're coming. I will sit right there on that couch or wherever I happen to be at the moment and look at you on the Ring app at the door knocking, and I won't say a word because you don't get to just pop up on me. Okay? I need to know you're coming because I might be, first of all, I might not even be home. That's number one. But secondly, I might be at a place where I just need to be by myself, or I just don't want to be around other people. Nothing against you. It's just me. I don't feel like being around other people. So always set boundaries. That way people can't walk all over top of you if you set boundaries. Number three, prioritize your needs. I believe also in prioritizing my needs. So I need to get up and take my medicine. So that is high on my list of things to do. Yes, there may be other things that need to take place, but I need to take my medicine, and that is the most important thing. And so I'm thankful that my seizure medicine does not have to be taken with food so that I can get up. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and then I take my medicine, and then I can go on and figure out what I'm going to eat. But that taking my medicine is a need. That is a priority for me. It's just like going to bed. I take 2 pills a day, one in the morning and one before I go to bed. The one that I take at night, that is a priority. So regardless of what else we do, we can go to the movies, we can go out to dinner, all that other good stuff, but I need to take my medicine. That is more important than worrying about what I'm going to eat, to be honest with you. Okay? So make sure you prioritize your needs. Number four, identify your values. Something that I think a lot of people don't do is take time to sit down and identify their values. What are your values? Do you even know what your values are? I value my peace. I value my family time. I value my alone time. I value my gym time. I value the time that I get to spend with God. Now, I can spend time with God all day, but I value those special times like Sunday morning. I value the time that I spend doing my prayer and meditation when I'm in my room, that 5 or 10 minutes that I take for that. You've got to understand and identify what your values are. And the problem is most people don't even know what they are. Number 5, assess requests. This falls in line, as far as I'm concerned, with setting boundaries. You've got to assess the requests. I look at my day and I say, okay, I've got 4 people, and this is just a scenario I'm just making up. Let's say I got 4 people that have requested my time for whatever it may be. I need to assess those things. Number 1, to see if I can do them, if I'm even interested. See, because just because somebody is requesting an audience with you does not mean you have to entertain them. It's all right to say, no, I can't do it. I don't have the time, or I'm just not interested. It's all right to say that. So you want to assess those requests, like I said, to see if you can do it, if it's something that you're interested in, if it's something that maybe somebody else that you know is better suited to take on. You got to assess those things. Stop feeling like you have to do everything because somebody wants you to do it. No, you don't have to. I can't even tell you how many times I hear people saying, girl, I got these people, they want me to do this, and these people want me to do that, and those people want me to do the other. And I'm looking at them like, if you don't have the time or the energy or the desire, say no. You don't ever feel like you have to say yes. Sometimes we think we have to say yes because that request is coming from a family member. You don't. If it's not something that you're interested in doing, or you even have time to do it, say no. It is all right to say no. Sometimes you need to practice telling people no, because some of y'all don't know how to do that, and you just keep saying yes. So assess your requests and figure out if in fact you want to even be bothered, or if you have the time. And if you don't, you can go back to that person and say, okay, I know you requested my time today, but is it possible that we can get together tomorrow at a better time? Or is it possible that instead of getting together at 10 o'clock, we can get together at 2 o'clock? Don't feel like you always have to say yes to what people ask of you. Number 6, conflict is not the problem. Can I just tell y'all that the conflict isn't the problem? Sometimes the problem is you. It is. Sometimes the problem is you and how you handle conflict. So I want you to really let that marinate in your mind and think about it. Ooh, excuse me. Not all the time is the conflict the real problem. The problem sometimes is you. Because see, sometimes problems come about because of things that you've done, because of things that you said, things that you agreed to do. You agreed to do A, but you already had B on your calendar. So now you have a conflict. So A and B is not the problem, it's you. You should have looked at your calendar, or better yet, you should have a calendar where you can write things down. So don't always think that conflict is the problem, because sometimes it's you. Number 7, learning to say no. Did I just not say that a few minutes ago? You have got to learn to say no. It's all right. And I know, because I've been down that road, and you think, God, if I say no, this person's going to be disappointed, they're going to be hurt, and yada, yada, yada. Honey, let me tell you something. I can't worry about that. I've got to look out for my own well-being. So I can't always say yes because I don't want you to be disappointed and upset with me. I just can't. And I know if you're like me, sometimes that eats away at me, and then I have to say, Lord, but I made the right decision. So I'm going to stand on that. But you've got to learn to say no. I found out the hard way that the reason why people are always calling on you to do things is because they know that you're going to say yes. If something needs to be done and they put out a request and nobody responds, they know to say, hey, let me call on Michelle, because I know she'll always say yes. And that actually came up. I'm going to share this with you. That came up in church one day. And someone asked the question, because as you all know, I am an ordained deacon. And in one of our deacon meetings, and somebody asked the question, how come Michelle and others are always called on to do things and other people don't get a chance to do anything, right? So I didn't say anything, but our chairwoman, who is a phenomenal chairwoman, okay? She said, the reason why I call on Servant Michelle and others is because when the work needs to be done, I know I can always count on them to say yes. And immediately the light bulb went off. It did. And I kind of always figured that, but when she said it, it was like, okay, so that explains a lot. So then from then on, I had to learn that it was all right to say no. And there were times when I was asked to take on responsibilities, and I had to say, you know what, I would love to, but I'm not going to be able to do it. Now, could I have done it? Yes. But I have to learn to say no. Because, if you don't say no, sometimes people will just constantly keep calling on you, and it will become draining. And before you know it, you'll probably end up losing your daggone mind because you keep saying yes to everything. So it's all right to say no every now and then. Give somebody else a chance. And if nobody wants to stand up, that's when you can say, listen, I'm not the only one on this committee. I'm not the only one on this board. I'm not the only one in this organizational or in this family or wherever you may be. Somebody else has to step up every now and then and say yes, okay? Number 8, avoid making excuses. There was a time where I would make excuses for why I couldn't do something. And now I'm not making excuses. If you ask me to do something and I'm just not interested, I'm just going to be honest with you and say, you know what? I am flattered. I really am. And I truly am flattered that you would ask. However, that's just not really my thing. It just isn't. I have no interest in that area. So you might want to call on somebody who has an interest in that area. And I'm okay with that. So I'm not making excuses. Now, I will not go out of my way to be overly aggressive with anyone or to try to hurt someone's feelings, because that's just not even me. But I will not make excuses for why I'm not doing something or for why I'm deciding to do something, because I don't owe anybody that. You don't owe anybody that. Stop making excuses. Also, when we talk about stop making excuses, some of you, I don't know who I'm talking to, but some of you, back in January, you said you wanted to do something. You said you wanted to accomplish a goal or a couple of goals. And here we are in August, and you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. We are in the 3rd quarter of the year, and some of you still have not started on your goals list. And when asked, you have one excuse after the other, after the other, after the other. It is time to stop making excuses. We are in the 2nd month of the 3rd quarter of the year. It's time to get started and to do the things that you said you wanted to do. Do the things that somebody somewhere is counting on you to do because you said you were going to do it. And they need whatever that thing is that you have to offer. And if you don't do it, they may not get it. You understand what I'm saying? Stop making excuses. Somebody said, Michelle, when are you going back to school to finish up your degree? Because I have 5 classes left to be able to get my degree. And you know what? I'm done with excuses. So I'm actually going out of town this weekend for my family reunion. But when I come back next week, I'm going to make an appointment. Well, I'll see if I have to make an appointment if I can just walk in. And I'm going to schedule some time to sit down with the counselor. Maybe I can do it by phone, hopefully. Fingers crossed, I don't have to go in. But to say, okay, I have 5 classes the last time I checked to be able to graduate with my bachelor's degree. Which classes can I take to finish that degree up? Because, you know, to be honest with you, my motivation has changed over the years. I started out going to school for paralegal studies, and then first it was sociology, then it was paralegal studies, and now, like I said, at this point I just want to finish up my bachelor's degree and begin to work on my master's, because I have decided that I am going to eventually get my doctorate degree. So now it's just a matter of thinking about what I want to get my master's degree in. And once I finish my bachelor's, what is it that I want to pursue in order to get my master's degree? And right now, I am seriously thinking about journalism, because I love talking. I love speaking. And so I'm thinking whatever it is I do will be in that area. But I digress. We're not making any more excuses. We're going to get it done, okay? Number 9, accept that you can't please everyone. Honey, let me tell you something. Long time ago, I came to the conclusion that I can't please everybody. No matter what you say or what you do, somebody's going to like it and somebody's not. It is what it is. You can be the best person in the world. You can have the best personality, and somebody somewhere is still not going to like you. Somebody somewhere still want to find something negative to say about you, even though you do so many great things in life. Somebody's always going to find something negative to say about you. So, honey, I've come to the conclusion that you just have to accept that not everybody is going to like you, and you can't please everybody. So stop trying. Because all you're going to do is just stress yourself out and end up having a stroke, a heart attack, or something worse trying to please everybody. Don't. I'm going to say this and I'm going to move on. As long as you are pleased with you and God is pleased with you, sweetie, that's all you need to worry about. Okay? Number 10, start with small challenges. I think sometimes, and I am a huge, when I say huge fan, I'm a huge fan of thinking big. Lord knows I am. But sometimes when you want to challenge yourself, you got to start off with small challenges. And the reason why I say that is because if you start out too big, it becomes overwhelming. And here's what happens. You go, you know what? This is too much. I can't do it. And then you just end up backing up and you do nothing. So when you want to challenge yourself, start out with something small. For me, finishing up my 5 classes to get my bachelor's degree, that's a small challenge for me. Moving on from there, that's a bigger challenge. You know what I mean? So start off with something small, something manageable, something that you know that you can handle. Because like I said, if you make it too big, and I'm not against thinking big. I didn't say don't think big. I said start off small, challenging yourself. So you've got this big goal. So I want you to take this big goal and break it down into small chunks, small manageable chunks that you can handle. Okay? So you guys, that's it. Those are the 10 things that you can do to stop being a people pleaser. Because if you go through life constantly trying to please others, all you're going to do is stress yourself out, and you are going to live a miserable life. Why? Because your life is no longer yours. It is what you are trying to put out there to please other people. And you're going to find yourself wearing things, saying things, doing things, going places that you don't even want to be a part of, all because you want to please other people. Some time ago, I talked about how the guy video I saw, he ended up getting his law degree, opened up his own law firm, was very successful. But that's not really what he wanted. His parents wanted that for him. And being the people pleasers that we can be for our families, he did exactly what they wanted him to do. His goal was to open up, I think it was a bakery that he wanted to open up. So he ended up selling his law firm and he opened up his bakery. And when his parents came to town to visit him, they went to this bakery and they were like, oh, this place is nice. And, you know, they marveled over it and everything. And then he told them the truth. Thanks, it's mine. They were like, huh? And he said, yeah. He said, I sold my law firm, I think it was like a year or two earlier. And of course, they weren't happy at first. He said, but listen, this is what I wanted to do. Becoming an attorney, that's what you all wanted me to do. And I did that to please you. But now I'm at a place where I have to please myself. And this is what I want to do. And he was very successful at his bakery. I want to say, I think it was a bakery. I don't think it was an ice cream shop. I'm almost certain it was a bakery. But that's what he wanted to do. But see, this is what happens when we become people pleasers. We end up doing things that we truly don't want to do. Our heart's not in it. We're doing it because we want to please other people. And you've got to start living for you. Now, again, like I said, if God is not pleased, you need to rethink that. Otherwise, honey, you better start living for you and stop trying to please other people. Okay? Now, having said that, I'm going to let you all go. If you're new to watching my videos, you're new to my channel, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the bell so that you don't miss anything. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So make sure you come back tomorrow where I'll have another motivational video for you. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. You know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, you guys. Enjoy yourself. Have an amazing rest of the day on purpose. And as always, no matter where you go or what you do, have fun. Have loads of fun. Enjoy yourself, but be safe. Be safe and be careful, because I want you all to come back tomorrow and join me. Okay? Love you so much. You know the drill. You definitely know this feel. There's nothing, I mean absolutely nothing that you can do to ever change that, because I love you all. I want nothing but the best for you. I know that you can do anything and be anything that you work hard at. So we're done with the excuses, right? We're done with the excuses. We're done with trying to please other people. And we're going to go out there and we're going to do all that we can to be all that we can. Love you all so much. We'll talk again tomorrow.